Here is that front flower bed before we're getting started. And here is one of the reasons why the hosta leaves are burning like that. So there's too much sun. And here, these daylilies have just overcrowded everything. And this here is in early spring where the bed is full. But some of these other plants are, they go dormant, and then there's just nothing there. So what we need is something to cover the whole flower bed so it doesn't go dormant and leave big holes. So we need to save these hardy lilies, and yet we want to just pull up all the daylilies. And these are mystery lilies and daffodils, which are not blooming right now, and the foliage on them just goes dead and leaves dormant and leaves a blank hole. So we need to have the flower bed here so it's full year-round without going dormant and leaving all these blank holes. And here's some bee balm that is grows way too tall. Here's some poppies that have not bloomed yet. So they will bloom and then go dormant before July. So we need to fill in the space where they were. And you can see in this picture that the hostas haven't gotten up yet. This is early in the spring, so a lot of these things aren't up. And early in the spring, the bed is full, so there's no problem. But here you can see here's the daylilies that we're going to have to dig up, and how they've just taken over, and they would cover the whole bed if you let them. So the way I'm going to do that is first I cut down the daylilies with hedge trimmers here. Once you get them all cut down, I'm leaving the hardy lilies there. I've got them all cut down now. I left the hardy lilies. I'm going to dig up the hardy lilies and put them somewhere else. There you can see the bulbs of the hardy lilies. Those bulbs are kind of like onions, and those are what you want to save. Of course, you want to save the foliage too, but the bulbs are what you really need. So I'm just going to move the whole thing. I like to, when I move stuff, trying to keep as much dirt as possible. So that I actually started this move so early in the year so that I could move these daylilies. Because if you try and move things like that in the middle of the summer, it just almost never works. It's either spring or fall when you want to move. There, you can see the bulbs of the daylilies, and they just look like there, and there's a bunch of daylily bulbs stuck onto it. So I'm going to pull them off. And now you can see there's a nice empty space where they were. And I'm going to come back later in the year. And this is after some of the things started to grow up and the other things have gone dormant. You can see how big the poppies are in this picture. And I'm just pulling out some of the weeds around this now, and getting some of the daylilies that grew back since I was out here and dug them all up. And you can see how everything goes dormant and just leaves bare soil. So I need to have something that will grow in here when the other things aren't growing. And look at how tall this bee balm has got. We need to get rid of that. And there's the hostas back there all burned up by the sun, because this is a full sun flower bed. So, and here's where all those daylilies were. There's a few more there I'm going to pull out of here. And I'm cutting down the bee balm rather than digging it up right now. And if it's still alive next year, I'll move it. Or maybe this fall I'll just dig up the root clump, and if it doesn't come back, it doesn't come back. It's no big deal. If I have to move some big old flowers like this, I usually cut them down with hedge trimmers and then dig them up. It's about the best way, I think. There. I got the hostas out of there. I dug them up. I cut them off, then dug them up. And I planted some moss roses there, Portulaca. And they're annuals, but I think they will reseed. And so I'll just keep... There's the poppies. They're just about dormant now. I think next year... as I keep, there's the hibiscus right there. Next year or this fall maybe, I'm going to dig up the stuff in the front of this flower bed and put it elsewhere. And those are primroses. I might move those to the back of the flower bed too, so we don't have to worry about them hanging over the sidewalk where people walk. And here's some new things I planted. The tag says Alyssum, but I guess, I don't know. And this other one is Lampranthus or ice plant. And that's a nice thick succulent that should be good in here because there's so much sun. And I planted some of those wave petunias that will grow quite a bit. I haven't ever tried those before, but we'll see. And here's some more stuff towards the front of the flower bed. I'll dig it up and move it this fall or next spring. And this is a whole sheet of mixed sedums that I got at Lowe's, I think. And so you just plant the whole tray in there, and they'll start growing. And then all around it, I've got moss roses planted. There's already quite a few sedums in here that I grew last year. Hopefully all the sedums will start taking over for the mystery lilies and the daffodils and the things that go dormant and leave all those spaces. And the poppies. The poppies go dormant by July, before July. So this project is almost done, but I still have a few tall things to get out of here that so please subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.